You see it, let's get it. Tech billionaires rule. Just talking about the top tech billionaires killing it in the pandemic. So once again, quick article. Let's just go over it. Most of those are tech guys. That's what made me focus on this article. So CNN billionaires add 5 trillion to their fortunes during the pandemic. Average people are suffering, adding fortunes in the pandemic. So billionaires added 5 trillion in their fortunes during the pandemic, according to Oxfam, exacerbating economic inequality as the pandemic pushed millions of people around the world into poverty. Using the data compiled by Forbes, Oxfam says in a new report that the total wealth of billionaires jumped from 8.6 trillion in March 2020 to 13 trillion in November 2021, a bigger increase than the previous 14 years combined. The world's richest 10 men saw their collective wealth more than double, shooting up by $1.3 billion a day. Right, so they're buying up stock, buying up um, Bitcoin, ephemeral, all those things. Why? Because they got money, right? Most people are struggling in this thing, and they can pick up stuff at a bargain inside of a recession or a pandemic. The report was released by head of the World Economic Forum in Davos, which will take place this week after a group of annual in-person meetings were delayed due to the virus. Oxfam argued that government should tax gains made by the super rich during the pandemic and use that money to fund healthcare systems, pay for vaccines, fight discrimination, and address the climate crisis. Billionaires have had a terrific pandemic. Central banks pump trillions of dollars into financial markets to save the economy. Yet much of that has ended up in the lining the pockets of billionaires riding the stock market boom, Gabrielle Oxfam executive director says. So that's usually what happens. Recession, pandemic, the rich kill, then the government wants to tax them to kill him back, right? But so that's normal. But once again, most of these guys are tech guys, so that's one reason I want to focus on this article. The combined wealth of the top 10 billionaires, including Tesla, Elon Musk, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, doubled during the pandemic and now is 6 times greater than the world's poorest 3.1 billion people, according to the report. So now those two alone are worth 6 times more than the poorest 3.1 billion people on the planet. Inequality at such pay scale is happening by choice, not chance. Not only have economic structures made all of us less safe against this pandemic, they're actively enabling those who are already extremely rich and powerful to exploit the crisis to their own profit. So let's go to the top. That's Warren Buffett, then my man Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook, Bill Gates from Microsoft, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Steve Ballmer, Larry Ellison, Bernard Arnault, Sergey Brin, and Larry Page, right? So Facebook, Microsoft, Tesla, Amazon, Microsoft. Shout out to my man. A lot of people, y'all don't know him, Larry Ellison. He is the Oracle CEO. I made my first bag doing Oracle forms and reports. That's the one guy I don't know, Bernard Arnault, and the Google guys, Sergey and Larry Page from Google. My bad. So those are the billionaires. They're killing it. The pandemic has not been the great equalizer some predicted. The World Bank estimated that 97 million people worldwide fell into poverty in 2020 and now are living on less than $2 a day. The number of the world's poorest also rose for the first time in 20 years. Vaccine inequality has become a major issue as many of the world's richest countries hoard shots, buying up doses to vaccine their population several times over, and failing to deliver their promise to share them with the developing world. Right. So the biggest countries, once again, are hoarding vaccines and not sharing it with the poor. Billionaires are being asked to use their wealth to help those less fortunate. The director of United Nations World Food Program called on billionaires, including Bezos and Musk, to step up now on a one-time basis to help solve world hunger in November. The call out got direct response from Musk, who later said on Twitter that if the organization could lay out exactly how the funding would solve the issue. He said he would sell Tesla stocks right now and do it. The CEO did not publicly respond when the UN released the plan. All right, so once again, people calling the rich. I don't know if their job is to fund the United States. I think they do have a humanitarian issue there. But once again, most of these are guess tech guys. Buffett's not, but Zuck, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bomber, Larry Ellison, and Google guy. So once again, billionaires are killing it. Tech is where the money at. Let's get it.